Good morning, everyone. I hope y'all are having a fabulous day. My name is Dylan with Designs by Dylan, and Dean and I are excited to be here this morning. It's a hot morning to create a fabulous fall wreath for y'all. I hope that you've had a wonderful week so far and a great weekend. I can't believe it's already the middle of July, and next month is August. And I'm excited for August, and I'm excited that 4th of July is over because I always say, people say, when is it too early to decorate for fall? And I say, when kids go back to school or football season starts, they always say it starts in the fall, and that's in August. So I'm going to go with August. It's really hot, but we're still going to decorate early. But we're going to create a fall moss wreath today. The thing I like about these moss wreaths, guys, is you can decorate them on any portion of the wreath. So you can do the top, the bottom, or the sides. And so we're going to focus on the side. This is actually a newer one. I don't know if I've used this one yet. Back here, I've used a square one, I know, but these are great. They're made out of grapevine. They have moss on the front, so you don't have to put any foam or anything. You can literally just insert your stems directly onto the wreath, which makes it super simple and easy. So let me hang this up. Where's my wreath hanger's missing? Why would that be gone?
Find one?
Yeah, right by the bathroom, there should be some hanging. And guys, as you come in the video, y'all make sure you leave a comment down below. Let us know you're here and where you're watching from. And any questions you have throughout today's video, drop those down below as well. Anybody else went to see Elvis? If you have, leave a comment. I'm dying to know your feedback. We talked about it, I think, last week. We went and saw it. But I know more and more people are starting to watch it, so I'm excited. And then if you're a reader, I can't read, but if you're a reader and you've seen or you've read that book called Where the Crawdads Sing, have y'all heard of that? The movie comes out on Thursday, and Josh read the book and he said it was fantastic, and it's in Reese Witherspoon's book club, and she directed and kind of put the whole movie together. So I think on Thursday night, after my live sale, we're going to go and check out that movie. So if you've read it and you want to see the book, leave a comment and let me know what you thought. But I heard it's really good. It was like a New York Times bestseller, and he loved it, so I can't wait to check it out myself. Hey Rita, how are you? Okay, Dina's running to get me a over-the-door hanger for this wreath, but while she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and tie me a bow, guys, to go on this wreath. And I'm going to use a 1.5-inch fall ribbon. This is a burlap base, but it's got those fabulous trucks in both red and green with orange pumpkins in the back. So we're going to use this ribbon to tie us a pretty bow to go on our wreath. So because I'm going to focus on the left side, I want to leave my tails a little bit longer just so you can get a little bit more visibility on your ribbon. So let's leave our tails longer and tie us a pretty bow. And if you wanted to replicate today's wreath using different ribbons, you could always have a mixed or a stacked bow, and you could always use different size ribbons. I'm just really a fan of 1.5-inch because it's not too small and it's not too big, and it's almost a perfect size to fit within your project. So I got 4 loops out of the burlap truck ribbon. So just to make this bow a little bit thicker and fuller, thank you, I'm going to put some regular plain burlap in behind the bow just to kind of dress it up a little bit. You ever read that book, Where the Crawdads Sing?
Yes.
Okay, well Josh read it too and it's fabulous, he said. And so we're going to go see the movie on Thursday. I was just asking everybody if they had read it. Okay, so let's do 2 loops, guys. So this will be a 6-loop bow, making it a little bit larger than I normally would because I want to have a great impact on the side of the wreath that I'm going to decorate. And I think by tying a bow with 2 ribbons is going to do the trick. If I can cut it. There we go. Okay, let me grab me a pipe cleaner. And we'll tie our bow off to go on our wreath. So what have y'all been up to this week? Are y'all enjoying your summer still? I know you probably have family vacations. Oh Lord, can we talk? I forgot all about this. Okay, I have found a new documentary, and y'all know I love documentaries. One of them that I'm going to start with, I haven't finished this documentary yet. I've got 1 episode left, but it's called 3 Mile Island. You know what that is? About that
Down south, Texas.
That nuclear plant that blew up or whatever. Anyway, it's really interesting. Usually I like a good stabbing, but this one's going to have to do. But anyway, the one I want y'all to watch, it's called The Girl in the Picture. Have you seen that on Netflix? Y'all, I'm going to give you a cliff notes because I don't want you to, I don't want it to spoil it for you. So basically it's about this girl who, in high school, she was stunning, and I mean stunning. This is in the 80s. Stunning, top of her class. She's in the gifted and talented program. She was in all these different things, and she couldn't afford the school she wanted to go to be a neuroscientist. So she applied for a grant, and she got a grant, and she got a full scholarship and a ride to school. All her friends remember her being super friendly and nice, and she was sweet to everybody, and she just had it all going for her. Well, one day she came to her friend and said she had gotten pregnant. This is like her senior year of high school, and so her dad said she had to give the baby up for adoption, and because she got pregnant, he wouldn't allow her to go to school. She gives the baby up for adoption. Then she gets pregnant, so then they move. Okay, then they move. He takes his daughter and moves. Now, some stuff had gone on. Let's just say that the father was abusing the daughter. They end up getting married. Okay, so he marries his daughter. He has another child with her. This one she keeps. His name is Michael. Then she gets pregnant again by this man because he's, abusing her. And she makes him give the baby up for adoption. Long story short, that is not his daughter. She was kidnapped when she was like 2 years old, and she's always just thought this was her dad. And so she was even kidnapped herself. Y'all, and that's just a little bitty thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff that happens, but you got to go watch it. It's called The Girl in the Picture, and it's on Netflix. Okay, look at this bow. Didn't that turn out pretty? I like the 2 different ribbons on there. I like the longer tails. It's so good. Teresa, you've seen it. Isn't that crazy? That girl had so much going for her, and she was trapped before she even knew it, since she was 2, because she didn't even know she was kidnapped. Okay, let me put my hanger up here. Okay, so I have my oval wreath, took off the tag. I'm going to take my pretty bow, and I'm going to put this over here on the left side of the wreath. Now you can put this on the right side too, and I like these types of designs, especially if you have double doors, because it's easy to kind of replicate them as you go along. Okay, look how pretty, guys, with that bow on there. So now we need to get us a base going on our wreath. So of course I'm going to use Maple Ivy swags, which are also the item of the week. So they're 25% off at ellishomeandgarden.com. They have a teardrop version and a swag. I'm using the swag today, but you guys could totally use the teardrop to achieve the same thing. Anybody watch it? Besides Teresa. And another one, we've already talked about it before, but in case you're a new viewer, you need to get on Netflix and watch Abducted in Plain Sight. That's almost as crazy as this one that I'm telling you about. Have you seen that? You like documentaries? Go ahead and let me try to watch. And there's a new one coming out today on Hulu about Victoria's Secret. I'm all into that. And I watched one about Abercrombie and Fitch, and that one was mind-blowing. Okay. I'm going to cut a few of these apart. And you're probably wondering, like, girl, why are you using swags every week instead of a pick? Well, sometimes, guys, you get more bang for your buck by using either a pre-made garland or a swag or a teardrop that you can cut and piece apart to get the correct shape that you want. Sometimes it's cheaper. It's not always, but for the most part, it is. Okay, so I'm doing this for demo, but at home, and if you're doing this to resell, make sure that you hot glue all your stems so they stay in there. But always fluff them apart before you begin, because you don't want a flat wreath. And then we're going to start, ooh, honey, adding in our leaves in the wreath, okay? So back to school in full swing at Walmart. Oh, Lord. Y'all know the smell of school supplies used to make me so nervous because I hated school. And even when I go in the store now and they have school supplies, I just avoid that area. But it's that time. Are you already shopping for your kids? Some of y'all are probably ready for them to go back. I think I would be. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought in my neighborhood this year because we've got 9,000 kids. And I mean, for a while it was scaring me because they had like full-blown industrial-sized slip and slides out in the street and all. I mean, it was just like a water park every day. Lemonade stands, slip and slides, pools, bounce houses. I mean, it was a lot going on. But they've kind of toned it down, so maybe it's too hot for them to go out there. I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm filling up my wreath. And you want to take your time and be patient because you want to have a great balance of all your stems on here. I know, Lori, that's the truth. This is the one that was cut. So you're talking about.
I just know there was one that was a piece of one. That may be it. A piece of one.
Are you gonna die to go see the new Indiana Jones? Y'all know Dina is a big Indiana Jones fan.
No, I'm a big Harrison Ford fan.
Oh, Harrison Ford. Okay, here we go. Let's talk. I, honest to God, only can tell you one movie he's been in, and that will be Indiana Jones. What's another one he's been in I need to watch?
He was in The Fugitive.
What's that about? A Fugitive?
Yeah, it's based on a TV series.
So it's kind of like Thriller?
It's based on the TV series.
Okay.
Oh, there's so many of them. There's one about a lady in the lake, but I can't remember the name of that one.
Y'all help Dina out if you know what she's talking about. We're talking about Harrison Ford.
Someone was asking if you watched Bachelorette last night.
No, y'all, I did not watch The Bachelorette. I'm going to be completely honest with you and transparent. It's not as fun after Morgan left because she would always come to my house and we'd watch it together and cook and drink wine and stuff. And Josh hates it. And the dogs won't speak to me. And so I can't watch it with them because if I give my opinion, they don't give me theirs. So I haven't even watched since Morgan left. I didn't watch last season. But Morgan called me this morning and she did watch last night's. But it's going to be interesting because they have two bachelorettes, which I was asking Dina, like, how are they going to have a cat fight? Like, what if the two women pick the same man or vice versa? They're going to fight each other on TV. That'd be great TV. But I don't know if ABC will go for that. But if you did watch, what's your thoughts on the two bachelorettes? Do you like it because it's changing it up and it's not so stale? Or do you prefer it the old way where there's just one person? I had a hard enough time focusing on one person, much less two, you know?
Bobby, he doesn't like Star Wars, so I didn't even mention Star Wars.
Heck to the no. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Dina loves it, I think. Josh loves it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got a Star Wars shirt on. I can't. And the sad part is, I like all that sci-fi stuff. Like, I love Harry Potter. I like Twilight. I like all the futuristic stuff. But that one, and I can't do that show either with the monkeys. Planet of the Apes. No. Have you seen Umbrella Academy on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have you watched the new season?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it just came out. Okay, you gotta watch. Please see, like, that's the same thing. It's got a monkey in there, and I like that. But some of those shows are just out there. And I love Jurassic Park. Wasn't he in Jurassic Park, Harrison Ford?
No.
Oh. Okay, y'all. I was wrong. I'm going to use some green. And the reason I'm using green is to break up some of the orange. You don't have to use green, but you can use any color just to kind of break up some of that color so it's not so in your face on the wreath. And this is just an everyday greenery that I grabbed off the shelf out there. But you could use one of your preference or one that you might already have. But I like it because there's long pieces. And each one of these has a piece of wire in there, so you can bend it and shape it however you want, okay? And I'm going to take this green and run it in my wreath. And I'm just going to mix it through. And each stem you cut off has 3 pieces on it, so you get some good coverage on here as well.
Hey, Regina.
Hi, Regina. How are you?
I broke a tooth, and my mouth is hurting so bad.
Oh, God. You're going to go to the dentist?
Mm-hmm. Would you use the green with the white? Huh? Would you use the green with the white tiny berries in fall?
Yes, for sure. And if I had some more white stuff, y'all, I'd even put it in here. But yes, any color berry. And look, I have these little red ones. So it's just another opportunity, or another idea for you of something you can stick in there. These are called, I ain't even going to try and pronounce that, but those are pretty too. Anyway, I'm terrified of the dentist. Are you?
I don't like the dentist.
Can you put gas on or no?
Yeah.
It makes me sick to my stomach. So there's one thing that could potentially help me at the dentist. I can't even do it. Y'all look at that green in there. I know it's probably hard to see, but I love it. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of red. These berries are fun. And some of the biggest colors right now for fall, guys, is plum and navy. So if you have something in those colors, even if it's a bloom flower, like a cornflower or something small, a carnation even, let me tell y'all something, and I've talked about it on my live sales, but I've had a change of heart. I'm kind of into carnations right now. Like, I bought some to sell, and I had some left over. And so one day they were the perfect color, and I was like, let me try and use these carnations, and I loved them. So I don't want no full, fresh floral arrangement with carnations in it, but I am coming around a little bit.
I like carnations.
Okay, y'all, we're gonna add in a little bit of these red berries. Don't forget, the item of the week is the swag, Maple Ivy swag. They're 25% off at ellishomeandgarden.com, and you can use a wreath of your choice, whether it's moss or grapevine. You can paint them, and you can also use a ribbon of your choice as well. If you don't want to use a burlap base, you could do one ribbon, or you can do a stacked bow as well. Either one of those will work.
Someone was asking about
Thanks,
Our
Bobby.
Father documentary on Netflix.
Oh my God, have you not heard about that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I told you I haven't watched
No,
anything
I just can't
lately.
believe you hadn't heard on the news. Okay, if y'all haven't seen Our Father, I'm going to give you the PG version. Okay, Gina, picture it. Can't get pregnant. Okay, say you're having fertility problems. This is in like the 80s. You go to the clinic or the doctor, and you get a sperm donor, like you would now. The doctor would use his own. And 30 years later, he has 99 children.
Oh, wow.
And what happens is, one of them, that was, her mom finally told her, like, and by the way, the parents of the kids, the moms, they all thought this was a sperm donor. They didn't think it was they didn't know it was the doctor. So their kids started growing up, and one girl in particular asked her mom for Christmas, because she knew that they had a sperm donor because her mom had infertility problems. She asked if she could get a DNA test just to find out, like, who it was. Girl, it came up on there and said she had 99 brothers and sisters, and she was like, what? Anyway, so all the kids found each other, and you know what that doctor got? Nothing. A slap on the wrist. But there's a lot more in-depth detail that I'm not going to go into because it's touchy, but y'all go watch it. It's called Our Father. It's really crazy. I'm sure Ellis loves me talking about this stuff. The things we discuss on our videos here, honey. I feel like y'all are my friends. I don't care. Okay. We're going to add a few more of the berries on one side. And then I'll zoom in. Can I zoom in on this? Yeah. So y'all can kind of see up close in the detail with all the berries. And those red berries, guys, bring out that bow. So you've got the red that's in the trucks on there, and you've got like a little copper edging on the ribbon too, like a border. So that matches well with everything also. But I love the mixture of everything. Oh, sick. Okay, 130. So that's even worse than 99. And that's at the end of the documentary, they said, and counting. Like, they still don't know, because some of the kids haven't been found. And it was almost backfired on the main girl, because she did this in hopes that she could bring awareness to the issue, and she could, like, educate her siblings that this is what happened, because the parents had no idea. And some of the siblings were pissed and said that they didn't want to know this. And so she had like a few that didn't, and then most of them did, and they were interested. But can you imagine? How many brothers do you have? Girl, I have 130. I mean, I can't. Okay. So y'all, I love this. Let me give you a recap. We had a moss wreath. Okay, you can get those on the website, ellishomeandgarden.com, and there's a ton of different ones. Then I put the bow on there. I did a 6-loop bow. I did 4 loops of the truck burlap ribbon and 2 of the regular burlap. All of them are 1.5-inch ribbon. You can use 2.5 if you want. Then I added in my swag, which is the item of the week, 25% off. Then I went with just a little bit of greenery. There's some greenery on the Ellis website. You can pick some that you like best and incorporate that. And then I put a little bit of those red berries in there to finish it out. So what we're going to do soon is I'm going to do a fall wreath with nothing but glitter. But Ellis is still receiving their Christmas, and it's starting to come in. So after there's enough that I can choose from, we'll start incorporating glitter into our fall wreaths, because that's one of my favorite things to do for the fall season, because to me it enhances it and brightens it up, and you can't beat it. Alright guys, Rebecca will post a shopping list later today so you can easily locate all the items that I use, and there's so much more on there besides what I use, so use your preference, use your creativity, and do what works best for you. And make sure you tag Ellis in your photos so we can all see what you guys do. Alright y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. A recap on the shows, things you need to watch. You need to watch Our Father, The Girl in the Picture, what else we talked about? I watched this movie called The Danish Girl. That's a good recommendation. It's very serious, so get your tissues. Josh has been gone all last week. He was house sitting, and when he's home, when he's gone, I'm bored, and so all I did all week long at night is watch Sex and the City. So I've started at season 1 in a week, and I'm on season 4. Okay, so that's how much I watched at night by myself. I didn't really watch any movies. I always find movies I like, but then I think Josh is gonna like him, so I don't watch them, and I have to save them for when he gets home. And we watched this one with Amy Adams called The Arrivals. Have you seen that? It's like these aliens, which I like stuff like that. These aliens came to Earth, and she was like some type of language expert, and so she went and like figured out how to read their language, and it turns out it's like futuristic. Like when this was happening, she already knew this was going to happen. Like she was warned years ago. So it's really interesting and cool. And one more show, I don't know if I told y'all, it's on HBO. It's called Sharp Objects. It's got Amy Adams in it too, and she's a journalist, and she goes to her hometown to uncover a murder. It's really, really good. Really good. Alright guys, y'all have a blessed week. I love you for watching, and don't forget ellishomeandgarden.com. The swags are 25% off. You guys can follow me on Facebook at Designs by Dylan, and Dina and I will see you guys next week. Bye y'all.
Bye.